Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the Nearpod library. So I'm going to log into Nearpod and click on My Nearpod right there. And this is the main kind of screen, your library screen that you're going to get to. And this white space over here, this is actually your personal library. See, it says My Library right there. And your library is searchable. You can tell that it's you because you've customized it with your little picture right there. Now, in my library, I have a lot of folders. And then underneath the folders, I have a lot of Nearpod lessons, NPLs, that are kind of like not organized into folders yet. So my library is a little bit of a disaster, but that is okay. I probably have too many folders. You can actually add folders by clicking this plus sign right here. And then when you start to build your library, you can literally drag these lessons into the appropriate folder. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can see that I have taken a Nearpod lesson here on point of view that I was working on, and I wanted to do some editing on it, so I actually made a copy of it, and I have some unsaved changes. So these are the NPLs that I have in my library, and these are some of my folders. So if maybe I click on this folder, I can tell it has 22 NPLs on it, and these are some digital citizenship lessons that I use in Nearpod. This looks like a bundle that I took out of the Nearpod library. So you can also see that a breadcrumb trail has started to form right here. Lessons from my library, and then I had clicked on that digital citizenship folder. So I can just use that breadcrumb folder and get back to my library. So this white section here, your library. So if you go over here to the left panel, this dark gray panel, this is where you can access some stuff from the Nearpod library. So let's take a really quick look at that first. You can see that I have my library selected because it's blue, but I'm going to select the Nearpod lesson library. Now, you could just basically just type up here and type any kind of search query that you want to look for and kind of go rogue and look for Nearpod lessons that way. And you can see that they try to give you a heads up as to what type of resource is featured. It looks like this one features VR, virtual reality, a couple other VRs here. It looks like this one features some 3D objects. So you can just kind of go rogue and search that way. I'm going to take that out of the search query and show you how you can search by standards. So you can actually look at the Common Core State standards, the National Science standards right here, the NGSS standards, or you can come down here and just choose your state, and then you can pick a subject area. You can literally select a grade. You can also select the type of resource that you want your Nearpod lesson to focus on. If you want it to be a VR lesson, I'm just going to leave that open. So these are like third grade science NPLs that I might be able to use. I can even narrow this even more. Let's just say, I don't know, elephants. Let's take a look and see what happens. Okay, so I narrowed my search and I did in fact find a couple mini lessons and then a full lesson here on African elephants. So let's say that I want to preview that lesson. So I can click on preview, and this African elephant lesson will start to load in preview mode. I can take a look at it, and you can see here's my life science alignment to the Ohio standards. There's also a related content. So if I want to go a little deeper, and if I just want to preview what's in this lesson, this looks like it's one of Nearpod's partners, BBC, helped develop this. And it tells you like how to teach the lesson. And then it starts out with the essential question. And so you can kind of see what this lesson maybe looks like. And if it's something that looks like a collaborate board, if it's something that you want to use, you can add this to your library. Oh, it looks like there's a fill in the blank activity with it. There's some video with it. Yep, some video there. And there's a quiz embedded. And so let's say that I want this. I'm going to skip that quiz so I can keep previewing it. Let's say that I want this. So I'm going to add this to my library. So it's going to download this in my library, and I can say show in my library. And it's going to take me to my library right to that lesson. It's now in my library. Now to get back to that view, get in the habit of clicking on this little blue house. And now you can see in my library, there's that African elephant lesson that I just downloaded. All right, so that kind of gives you a little bit of an overview of the Nearpod library.